Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
That's such a white man dance over there, man.
Well, guys, I would say welcome to the podcast, but this is kind of behind the scenes is what you're hearing and then break through my little introduction here.
Hi, guys.
In case you guys didn't know, I'm Brother Sean Brumfield, and those who interrupted me was, who are you?
I think I'm Brother Jonathan, ain't I?
And I think I'm Brother Ryan.
Yeah. Guys, people are already confused as to who's who already.
Do we sound the same?
I don't know. People seem to think you guys do.
Me and
yeah.
me and Ryan?
Yeah.
Really?
I won't mention any names, but I may have been on the phone with a big wig, not that one, runs a massive podcast for the churches or in the Christian podcast. And he said, I still am not sure who's who and who's what.
Well, I could be called. I could be considered worse.
I need to have to go back down to my radio voice.
Well, look here.
Don't you do it?
Here. This is what we do. Look,
I
you
wanna
want to know
sound
how you
just
can tell us
sissy.
apart? Look, all right. I'm the one. So this is Jonathan. I'm the one that knows how to pronounce words. The other one that doesn't know how to pronounce words.
It's Brother Sean. Mr. Spaint Patters over there from the last episode.
It was splaint.
Splaint, yeah.
Yeah.
Them splaint patters.
So basically, the way you can tell us apart, the guys from Sharonville don't know how to communicate. That was a
Don't know how to have communicate. Okay.
No!
We might not be able to pronounce words, but we can put sentences together.
I'm always honest, though. I'm always
What you guys
honest.
don't know is when Jonathan starts getting upset and hungry, he's like, me hungry,
I like talking in the mic.
me
clearly.
upset.
Whatever.
That's why he believes in Bigfoot.
I told you I don't believe in Bigfoot.
He relates to
He
it.
said, Johnny Taco Bell.
I'm actually on a diet, so I'm not eating out as much and I'm trying to be healthier.
Don't do that.
Did you go to Beans and Toast?
No. Ain't that healthy? That isn't healthy. There's nothing healthy about that.
It move you.
If it's,
I guess it could push some weight out.
my bowels move for you again.
Yeah, my bowels move for you.
bowels
Oh
move
my
for you.
gosh. When I was listening to that back, I was thinking like, man, we're insane.
Some of the stuff we say.
We're
It's
insane.
a little bit over the top.
A little bit.
It's funny, though.
But that's why you guys love us, because we're all over the place. This is an ADD paradise. we have found our niche, and it's ADD paradise, and we're all over the place. You never know where we're going and how we're going to get there.
So when we first started this podcast, we had no outline whatsoever.
None.
We just pulled it out of our pockets and
Shoot
whatever
the
happened,
breeze.
happened. Yeah. And since we've been doing this for a while, we've kind of got a little bit of something that is put together. And then when we get together, we basically just take a grenade to it and we blow it up and we readjust it and all that stuff.
Shablamo.
But
Or I go and do things out of order. That's another specialty of mine.
even with that, 90% of the time, we don't necessarily stay on topic,
No.
which makes it fun.
You never know where we're going to go. That's the thing is like, I like the outline because it gives us an idea. But what I think is so great about what we do is like, if we catch a rabbit trail, which usually I lead, I'm usually the one that chases the rabbit.
Take all the credit for it.
No, I do. I derail
I'm usually
things.
the one that's the most entertaining in this thing. I mean, guys, if it
Well,
wasn't for
if
me, you
if
wouldn't
I
have
carry
a
the
podcast.
burden
you
of
know.
the comment.
If the shoe
comedy on my
fits,
shoulders.
look, somebody's got to be the entertainment. Somebody's got to be the villain. It might as well just be me.
So you're the entertainment and the villain?
Yeah.
So you're the Joker.
Hey, you know what? From now on, we just don't need to show up.
No, I need Sean here so he can edit it and hit
No,
the
no,
record
no, no,
button.
no.
Let him.
No. Yeah.
Let him try to do the podcast by himself. He could try to be all three of us at one
I don't
time.
think I could do that.
What people don't realize is we're not really three people.
It's just me in the basement.
It's just Brother Sean with a computer.
Using AI. It's the most advanced AI.
What would Brother Ryan say today? You know, that's probably why I mess up my words so many times is I have a hard time transitioning from me to you and from you to me.
It's three brain cells.
I still think it's God
I don't-
saying, "Hey, keep making fun of the man of God here.
Listen,
Let me show you."
I know he's doing better, but I could not come up to the place of negativity like Brother Jonathan could.
I haven't been as negative.
You know, I
recently.
haven't.
That's what I'm
he
saying.
has been doing good,
He's doing better.
and he hasn't brought negativity to the podcast
Yeah.
Why would I bring negativity to the podcast?
because of the Waffle House comments, man.
Well, we finally stopped talking about it.
I talked about your outward hate and as an artistic.
Yeah,
way.
as an artistic form. That's true. But no, like I said, I realized, so when I listen back and even in like real life, I'm like, man, sometimes I really am just a negative, pessimistic person.
Well, I've got to tell you this. People love you. Reason.
Wow. Thanks.
To some of us, it's still unknown because I did get a review. I meant to say this earlier. And
So this is a great example of the
rabbit
going,
trails.
the thing going up
and I
in
can
smoke.
no longer take credit for it. He did the rabbit trail this time. So I was wrong.
We're in an introduction period, okay? That means we can do whatever we want up until we get to the next section.
So can we do the Macarena?
Hey, Macarena.
All right.
So this is a review. This is the only review I have for a while. Please send us emails so we have
Review.
something to read.
Comment on Facebook.
Yeah, leave us comments.
We still need to do challenge videos. I know.
Yeah, we're still working on the Patreon page. So, but anyways, this is an email from Grace Mitchell.
No relation to me.
I was about to say, I don't think this is any relation to Brother Jonathan.
Unless it is, and he just is now in trouble with his relation.
He's denouncing the blood.
I do not know this person.
So she says, I heard about this podcast and decided to give it a listen. I really like the fact that y'all have serious content and joke around. Please have Brother Jared and Brother Benjamin back on sometimes. Keep up the good work. And she also put, P.S. Will Brother Jonathan come back? He's been missing for a few weeks. So I am sorry. This is a really late reading of this email here for her. But yeah, he's back and he can't leave now.
So an explanation of that.
It was just so like
he just decided that he didn't want to show up.
Well, no. Okay,
He had a quote unquote headache.
No, for one of the episodes, yes, but the other two that you guys ended up recording with Jared and Ben, which I would love. I'm excited that one day I think we're going to be on with Brother Jared and Brother Ben again.
Yeah, Brother Jared, he was supposed to be here tonight, and for unseen circumstances, he wasn't able to.
But
make
we
it,
changed
so.
our recording day. It was around Easter, and I'm a Sunday school superintendent at my church. I'm
Just
not at
throw them
Sharonville.
titles around.
Oh, okay, Pastor
Jeez.
Ryan, youth pastor. I'm just a lowly Sunday school superintendent, and we had a part. It was a
Sunday school superintendent. I am a man of import.
okay. Here, you're going to bring the negative back out of me.
Fancy word for administrative assistant.
Yes, actually, to be honest, it's more like bookkeeper.
We would not have Sunday
I take
school.
attendance. I take attendance. I'm really good at that.
We
I'm really good at knowing people's names and stuff and saying present or absent.
If it
Count.
was,
One, two.
Yep.
if it wasn't for me, we would not have Sunday school. I'm just saying.
So, yeah,
As
no.
pastor.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Believe it or not, I've actually tried to give up my Sunday school superintendent role.
I haven't picked on you in a while.
No, you haven't, and it's fair, and I deserve it every once in a while. To be honest, I started it on you because I said you can't pronounce words, so it's okay.
He's just so,
Turnabout's fair play.
just so you guys know, he thought I didn't like him anymore. He started crying because he said, "You haven't been mean to me, so what did I do wrong to you?"
I'm like an abused puppy. You haven't kicked me in a while, so I just don't think you care anymore. No, so basically, when they recorded the ones with Jared and Ben, it was on a Saturday, and we had a Sunday school Easter party for all of the kids, and we did. So I couldn't be there for that. So the 3-week gap that I was here, trust me, I said it like when we first started, like all these months ago. I was like, if you want me, they're gonna have to physically kick me off to not be on this. I love doing it. It's such a joy and such a blast, and I love hanging out with Brother Sean and Brother Ryan.
Okay, that's enough of that. We don't.
Okay.
No more bragging on yourself here.
I'm not bragging. I just said I said the
I
reason
have such a burden.
I don't have a burden. I just enjoy doing it. I like the sound of my own voice.
I have a burden. You better have a burden.
I do have. Okay. You know what? I'm done talking.
I have a
God,
burden to be funny.
I just like to have fun.
Oh man,
And this podcast is an outlet for me to have fun.
yeah,
And people like it.
it is fun. So thank you for that feedback. Was it Grace?
Yeah.
Thank you for that feedback. We tried kicking him off. He just kept coming back. So
They can't get rid of me.
he took a Tylenol.
Yeah.
You know, so
And it wasn't just a headache. It was a migraine for that one. Okay. Anybody that has migraines knows where I'm at.
I can feel you.
I literally that night that I was supposed to be here, we bought a migraine cap because me and Mariah both get them every once in a while, and we keep it in the freezer. And I literally put it over my head, sat in a dark room in complete and utter silence, and did not move.
I hate migraines.
Oh, they're
That
miserable.
does not help me all much. The cold, I would rather be in a hot environment.
I take 2 or actually I take 4 extra strength Tylenol, so that's 2,000 milligrams of Tylenol, and I shut my door, I turn all my lights off, and I lay down. That's the only way I can.
I will.
Excedrin and a Mountain Dew.
Excedrin, don't touch it.
Excedrin, migraine, and a Mountain Dew.
I take.
Excedrin, don't touch it. For me, anyway.
I take probably 2 800 milligram ibuprofen, and
You guys are-
take.
Your guys' livers hate
I
you.
try to drink me. Well, he did Tylenol. That doesn't hurt enough.
Acetaminophen's bad for your liver. That's why
Well,
you can't-
I'm only taking it when I have a migraine,
Yeah,
which isn't all the time.
I know, but I'm just saying that's a lot
But
of
anyways,
acetaminophen.
I'm trying to help the people here with the best way to do this. Okay, to get rid of a migraine. We're saving lives. Okay, what you don't know, in the past life I was an MD. Okay, all right. I take 2.
Just because you delivered food to the patients doesn't make you an MD.
Or you're a postman, mail delivery.
It means medical doctor. No, I take 2 800 milligram ibuprofens. I down me probably 2 or 3 Mountain Dews. I go sit in a hot shower with steam and sit there probably about an hour, and then I go straight to bed.
See, hot shower makes my blood pressure rise, so it causes me to
That's
have
just your age.
Well, it's supposed to open up your capillary. So that
my
you
blood
get
pressure
blood
stays
flow.
high anyway.
You're a pastor, so that makes sense.
So with that being said, I was told by Sister Regina one day that pastors didn't even make it on the list of the top 10 most stressful jobs.
Well, they didn't ask a lot of Christians. They didn't ask a lot of pastors.
So she told me I didn't have any reason to be stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not on that. That's
You're
not on
just the
list.
main shepherd to try and get people into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
While balancing personalities. Yeah, that's not stressful at all.
Yeah, balancing my own personalities is hard enough.
All right,
That was a good intro.
Let's move on there, huh?
That was a good intro.
Yeah, that's pretty. We're not supposed
Hey
to.
guys, Brother Jonathan just broke his arm patting himself on the back.
Yes, he did. You were okay. They're gonna bring the negativity back. I feel it. Oh, I can't wait to get my goat. I can't, I can't wait to get my
I feel it
goat.
in my bones.
I know exactly
man,
where I'm going.
That was funny.
So if we're going to go step by step, here we go. Word of the day.
Word of the day.
All right, guys. So I've got the word of the day this episode, and it's kind of funny as I started reading more on this word. There's actually another word that is the opposite of this word, and I'll give you that one too.
Two words of the day.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
So Sean, do it again. Except don't say word, say words.
Words of the day.
Words of the day.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Did you have to make that face?
Looked like you had to go to the bathroom.
I did. My
Okay.
my inner Steven Tyler was coming out.
he pulled that one from deep within. Okay.
Deep and wide.
So the
Don't talk about me like that.
oh man.
I am a great man.
Yeah. So the
Great
first
stature.
the first part of these words is this.
I'm so sorry. There we go. I'm really hijacking this one.
It's the roast.
So here is the word of the day. One of them. Morgan Muffle.
Morgan.
Instead of Morgan Freeman.
No,
Is
it's
this,
Morgan Muffle.
Is this
All one word.
Is this a white guy that has a bad voice?
No, this is all one word.
This sounds like what you would do if you were to kidnap somebody named Morgan.
So
Keep
you
your
said
hand
so
in
it's
your face.
Morgan Muffin.
Muffle.
Morgan Muffin. I must be hungry. More. It sounds like a car part.
Violet, you're turning violet.
I think it's a car. Something to do with a car,
Something to do with the car.
like a muffler.
I can see that when you're reading this.
Well,
word.
there is a part called a muffler, and there is a car called a Morgan. The Morgan is a British car made entirely of wood, besides the engine. And
Wouldn't the wood
suspension
catch
stuff.
on fire from the heat of the
No,
engine?
the chassis. The chassis is wood.
Okay. So no, you're not right. Morgan Muffle is a German word that translates to morning grouch.
Hey, that's me.
In English,
We've
it's
already mentioned Sesame Street, but I can just think of Oscar the Grouch.
in English, it's referring to someone who is grumpy or uncooperative in the mornings. It describes
morning
a
person.
person who is not a fan of waking up early and may be more cheerful and productive at night.
So that's my wife.
That's me.
So you're a Morgan Muffle.
Yeah.
I love the morning. Morning's my favorite time of day.
Listen, when I get up, if I get up, if I don't get up at like 8 or 9 o'clock, if you get me up any earlier than that, don't talk to me until 8 or 9 o'clock and I've had my coffee.
I can
I
talk.
can't take it.
I can talk no matter what time
Me
of
too.
day it is.
I like the mornings though. Morning's my favorite.
Can I tell you, the thing for me though is, oh, I was going to kill me for probably sharing this, is as soon as I get up, she's already cleaning the house, making up like all these chores and stuff to be done. And I'm brushing my teeth and she's like, why didn't you take the trash out yet? I just got up. I don't feel like cleaning the house right now.
I'll wake up singing sometimes, and my wife says, "You need to stop. We don't talk. Don't do anything." That's how my wife is.
Mariah's that way because I'm like
It
I
takes
get
her a
up.
minute.
I can get up and I'm up.
Yeah.
It takes Mariah good. It's like 15, 20 minutes, and it constantly meet. Like Sunday mornings are one of the hardest mornings for us to try and get everybody up and motivated to get going because we have the 2 kids. But yeah, so
I'm glad you said the 2 kids and you weren't going to just blame it on your wife for you being late.
No, I'm not late. See, the problem is that's the issue. I like to be early. If ideally I'm there a half an hour before church starts.
Yeah.
Now we normally get there 15 to 10 minutes before. But usually like if I'm like going to be within 10 minutes, I feel like I'm late.
How was that on your like yearly check-ins on superintendent?
So the meaning and context, as we said, is somebody who's in a bad mood in the morning and doesn't like waking up. Here's what's funny. The origin of the word muffle itself has a long history with roots in Dutch and Low German words related to grouch or pug.
Like the dog?
I don't know. It just says pug. I don't know if pug in German means the same thing that we say pug today. But so there's an opposite.
Kind of scared to Google that one.
So there's an opposite to this, because if you're a grump in the morning,
So Morgan Muffle in the morning. What's the opposite?
so the opposite of a Morgan Muffle is a Morgan Mensch.
That's a close one.
That's close.
Mensch. Mince.
That's
It's German.
so I'll be honest. If Morgan Muffle sounds like you would be more cheerful, and then being a Morgan Minch
Yeah.
sounds like you would be grumpy.
Pug in German means mops.
So it's a morning mops.
I
Muffle.
I don't think that's a good connection.
I don't have any.
Like,
Hey,
I don't
I'm
think
just telling you what this says. I didn't make it up.
No, I believe you.
So the Morgan Mensch
I know you're being honest.
is a morning person or a cheerful. I'm being genuinely honest right now.
Thank you. Don't ever lie to me unless I ask.
Honestly, you are.
So yeah, those are the words of the day. But
Dude, this has turned out to be a hateful show today.
Well, we're talking about grouchy in the morning.
Oh.
We're all making fun of each other, mostly being made fun of, which is not new.
Hey, you started firing
That's
first.
true. I did. I fired the first shots. Well,
And you shot 2 people. You didn't just do one.
I sprayed.
You-
Well, the funny thing is, like, you guys talk, now I'm losing all that credibility of being positive all the time went down the drain. I've worked so hard.
just
It's
go
just
back
one
to being
episode.
positive.
Just before you lay down your head for the next episode, you just say a quick prayer and it'll be gone. It'll be done.
Okay.
Modern Christianity 101.
So that's the word of the day. Morgan Muffle.
You're a grouch in the morning. I don't think I'll be using that one in my vocabulary. I won't even do the normal thing where I'm like, I'm going to use that one. And then I'm not even going to say that. I know I'm not going to use it.
I might start calling my wife a Morgan Muffle.
And the thing is, unless
Just
You
for
should
the
do
fun
that.
of it.
You should do that on Sunday morning, and then when I come in, I'll greet her and be like, bless your sister morning. What's it again? Morgan Muffle.
bless him,
Morgan-
Jesus.
Morgan Muffle.
Bless you, Morgan Muffle.
Bless your sister, Morgan Muffle.
Man, that was wrong. What's going on? I'm going to take speech therapy. Yep.
The Monster Mash.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So brother Jonathan, I heard you have a news story.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to get it pulled up. I forgot. I'm not used to doing news stories. You guys usually handle that.
Hold on. I don't have a sound effect for this, but
Stop it.
You're making him nervous.
It's like turning down a radio to look for the address.
Okay, here we go. So this isn't a new story. This is something that's old.
What is
New news. What?
Jeopardy reference?
Oh, okay.
How do you give an answer in Jeopardy?
Are you more of a
What is?
Are
Yeah, there
you
you go.
are you more of a Wheel of Fortune guy? There's two people on Earth. There's Jeopardy people and Wheel of Fortune people.
No.
There's people who can answer what is the astrological sign of the first president of the United States, and they can
he is.
And then there's other people that sit there and say, "I'll buy a vow."
No. He is more. He's more of a let's make a deal kind of guy.
I'm more
12
of a
or
Family Feud.
27.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I am a Wheel of Fortune person.
I am too.
Is there an E?
I tried to watch
With all those useless facts that you have,
I figured
you're
you would
not
be
a
like
Jeopardy person.
It's not like he's.
It's useless facts.
Yeah, Jeopardy.
That's all they ask
So-
are useless questions.
I like to listen. I tried to do the Jeopardy and like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but like I would be out before the $1,000 questions. They'd be like, it is what it is. So, okay. Let me ask you guys a question. You guys are both living and breathing, right?
As far as I know.
Have you ever won a race?
No.
Have you ever won a race, Brother Ryan?
From a fat man's perspective, no.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Well, you are still alive, right? Well, how impressive and how impressed would you be that there is a person that won a race while he was dead? Pretty interesting.
Pretty
right?
breathtaking, wasn't it?
So, a gentleman by the name of Frank Hayes. This is
Pretty
from the
stiff race.
yeah. Okay, so this is on the Guinness World Book or the GuinnessWorldRecords.com if you want to look it up. There is a gentleman by the name of Frank Hayes, and the title of this article is "The Jockey Who Won a Race Despite Dying Midway." So this is how the story goes on. I can't stand British writing and like the way they do their dates. On the 4th June of 1923. That's how they have it. I
The
can't.
4th day of June.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Same
it's
thing.
June 4th.
Yeah, June 4th, 1923. 22-year-old Irish jockey.
On
Frank
the 4th June of 1923.
Now,
I'm telling you, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
that is more my style. Okay, 22-year-old Irish jockey Frank Hayes won his first race at the steeplechase at New York's Belmont Park. Sadly, it also proved to be his last race as Frank suffered a fatal heart attack towards the end of it. Despite his sudden death, Frank's body remained in the saddle with the horse the horse was a 20-1 underdog named Sweet Kiss, jumping. So he stayed on the horse even though the horse jumped the final fence and crossed the finish line, winning by a head. This earned Frank the rather unfortunate distinction of being the first of the world's first deceased jockey to win a race. It says here later, it says Frank's body repeatedly fell out of the saddle 100 yards beyond the finish line near the judge's stand. Track physician Dr. John A. Voorhees quickly examined Frank and pronounced him dead, although he did not commit himself immediately to the cause of death. So this gentleman won a horse race when he was dead. That's crazy.
I mean,
I've never won a race, and I'm breathing.
Yeah, same here.
well,
I've never been the
if
fastest.
you word it that way, I don't know that you want to try when you die.
No, that's true. But isn't that crazy? Like he
If
won
I
a race.
tried, if I tried to run a race now, I probably would have a heart attack.
Listen,
Yeah, me too.
I'm running this race to the best of my ability. It's not to look quick. It's the he who endures to the end. And when I win, it will be the end.
Sean's not running a race. He's just trying to endure.
This is a spiritual race.
He's trying to endure.
I'm not running. I'm enduring.
So
It's an endurance.
I just think that is
I'm rolling. To
that is so fascinating to me. Like, because like, how did he? Because another thing, like, he stayed in the saddle, and apparently this is like one of the obstacles where the horse has to jump.
Mhm.
So the horse had to jump a fence, and somehow, even though he was dead, his body stayed in the saddle.
Oh boy, dead a minute. He had rigor mortis kicking in.
What's
Like-
crazy is he didn't fall off the saddle until after he crossed the finish line.
So I wonder. So,
Okay, so in your article though, what I found interesting was that he repeatedly fell out of the saddle.
did he really?
That's what you said. You read the article.
Did I say he reportedly?
Okay.
Not
You said repeatedly.
I spec good.
I now can't. Now you can actually. So that distinction I said about me pronouncing
So
words.
because when you read that, I'm thinking repeatedly. So he's not getting up in the saddle himself. The poor guy's gone, which means they're like picking him up and like, no, dude, you're okay. Get back up there. And then he's falling off again.
Well, news stories. So this segment is stressful for me because I'm not used to coming up with it. I wanted it to be interesting. So
that is interesting.
Reportedly fell out of the saddle 100 yards. I'm done. I quit. That's my news story.
Dude stayed in the saddle 100 years after he died.
So, what's even crazy though? He's 22 years old and died of a heart attack. Like you think of a heart attack, you think of an older gentleman. He was 22. Fun fact about heart attacks: if you have a heart attack.
There's no fun facts about heart attacks, man.
Well, actually, it's not a fun fact, but like reportedly, like apparently, when you're younger, you're more likely to die from a heart attack than when you're older. Your heart is less likely to recover as a younger man from a heart attack.
Well, the stuff that jockeys have to go through to be able to remain.
Yeah, but not just to say that. But if it was a race, there's probably some gambling, and he probably was drugged.
Well, he was 20-1. That's not good odds. I'm not a gambler, but I don't think that's good.
I've never had anything to do with horse racing.
I've never gambled.
Me neither. I haven't.
The horse's name was Sweet Kiss, and it was the sweet kiss of death. He could have hit the sound. Do it. Yes, I got a round of applause.
I'll fix that in post.
Sweet kiss of death. So he won a race and he was dead. Imagine the other racers, how they felt. Like, not only did I lose, but I lost to a dead guy.
No, it's a sad story, man.
It is very sad.
I feel sorry for the people's family, even though they're probably gone by now too.
1924. So there's
Are you?
On
He
the
died?
on the 4th June of 1924.
the 4th night of June. I don't like how the other countries do it. Maybe this is the America coming out in me. I like how we do dates. I don't like how other countries do their dates.
Well, we had
America.
'Twas a fortnight ago.
America.
407 years ago.
If it was by most Americans, it'd be 3 weeks ago, and that would just keep going.
Yeah.
26 weeks ago, 117 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or Native Americans, many moons.
Horses I have an irrational fear of horses.
Many moons ago, man who died on horse won race.
So yeah, there's my news
Why
story.
do you have an irrational fear of horses?
Okay, so this goes to a family vacation.
He got donkey whipped when he was 3.
No. So believe it or not, I wasn't always the very round human being I am now. When I was a kid, I used to be very, very skinny. Like a twig skinny. So we went horseback riding on a trip in Tennessee. And my mom kind of had rode horses before, nothing like crazy, but she knew how to get in a horse. So she got on the saddle, and the guys, this is the kind of operation they were running. They're like, oh, you've rode a horse before, you lead the group. And basically the trip was great. Like it was nice, comfortable. I got put on a horse. It was great, nice. As soon as they saw their barn, my mom's horse took off, and all 20 horses behind it took off as well. So from my perspective, I obviously know this is not the truth, but from my perspective, okay, my saddle wasn't on all the way, or that wasn't tied tight enough. And if you ask me, I was at a 90-degree angle on the side of the horse because the horse saddle, I felt like I was parallel with the ground that my saddle was falling off. I was probably just tilted slightly at an angle.
It's so funny. I can see this in cartoon where he's like Yosemite Sam on that midget horse. Jonathan.
Yeah, he's explaining to Clydesdale he's really on a miniature.
So
It was a horse. It was a donkey. He's riding out.
So I was at a slight angle, but if you ask me, I was at a 90-degree angle with the ground.
It's like,
And ever since then, I just can't. I can't ride a horse. I'm terrified to ride a horse.
his mom's at the barn, and she hears in the back, "Somebody help me!"
And one of the people in our group fell and like broke a rib and everything. But I was fortunate enough not to happen. But literally,
horses can be
I was
very rebellious creatures.
I had no business being on the back of a horse by myself with that. I was maybe 10 years old. I
was,
had no business.
I was working on a farm.
So basically, I've been traumatized by horses. And now the guy that died winning a race is only furthering my trauma.
That had nothing to do with the horse.
Oh, bad things happen when you ride a horse.
The guy on the horse was allergic to horses, and they knew it. He died in his race. But anyways, I was working on a farm, and there was this guy. He was like in his 80s, and his name was Nemo. And
Did you find him?
Huh? Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, he was easy to find.
He had a little fin.
No, this dude was very resilient for being 80 years old, but he was taking care of his horses, getting ready to take them to a show. And they reared back and they caught both the hooves came down. One got him in the face, caught his face, and it came down, and then both of them got him in the chest and opened up his. That dude was so tough. He got up, smacked that horse in the mouth, loaded it, and took that horse to a show before he went to the hospital.
My sister-in-law got kicked in the face.
You guys aren't helping me with my fear
I
of
wasn't
horses.
even married to my wife yet, and she got kicked right where the eyebrow and the eye, like right
she's
there.
lucky she didn't die.
And it kicked her. It busted her open, her eye open. Her mom called me and was like, because I lived 5 minutes away from where she got kicked in the face, so I ran down there to him. And took her to the hospital.
Their kick is so powerful, man. You watch some of those videos where like dogs and stuff are coming next to him and they kick him in the face. And have you ever seen those videos where they're like kick a duck and the duck is like down in like the show a little bit? It's like, you know, the mockingbird. You're talking to mockingbird.
What? I don't understand.
What are you even talking about?
Well, anyways, they get like kicked in the face. They're dead. They're dead. Okay, but like there's like these like memes where they do that, and there's this like deformed bird that comes up, and it's like a voiceover, and it's like, you ever seen the mockingbird?
Dude,
I've seen a goose get hit in the head with a golf ball before, and it like didn't kill the goose, but the goose's neck broke, and so its head was dragging the ground, and it was running all over the golf course, going nuts.
My cousin Shelby.
I hate it for the goose, but watching the golfers try to chase and catch this goose whose head was dragging the ground, it was about
What a duck they could tape a banana to the back of it.
My cousin Shelby on Easter, this past Easter, she hit a goose on the way to church on the highway. And I got to church, her grill was gone, and you could see feathers and goose blood.
Yeah. Them gooses, man, they can do some damage to some cars.
We went and visited a church one time, and my youth pastor, Brother Jerry Kazee, we were driving the bus down there, and it was out. We were going to Vansburg that night, and it's like, you know, one-way streets on the side of the mountain all the way down there to get back in there.
Yeah.
And this goose was sitting here on the side of the road, and like in the trees of all places. And as soon as he comes up to it, this goose decides to fly, and he hits it on the top of the grill, and it slides up the window. And like, these are not like straight roads. He lets go of the steering wheel, covers his face. Like the whole fate of our lives is in this man's hands, and he lets go of the steering wheel to protect himself. And then we're going to run into a tree. But no, we got to church okay. But
he let Jesus take the wheel.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I have a goose story. Believe it or not, it's kind of fun.
Would you say it's a good story too? A good goose story?
Yeah. So growing up, my dad was the president of a trucking company. They did repair works and stuff to that nature. Every year they had the same, because geese, they mate for life. When they have their mate, they stay together for life. And the also thing that they do,
they don't believe in divorce.
They also the other thing that they do is they go back to where they nest. So if they make a nest in one place, they'll go back to it the next year.
I will never look at the goose the same way.
So
he said that church geese.
So where we worked at, there was these geese that always nested right around where all the broken down trucks and stuff were.
Okay.
They never came into the shop, but when they were there, you couldn't go out certain doors because they would attack you. And there was a guy, a mechanic at the time. I was pretty young. There was a mechanic there at the time that wasn't too bright. He was, you know, when I say he wasn't too bright, I mean he was probably the dimmest bulb in the box. You know,
not the brightest crown in the crown box.
he was pretty. So they talked this man into believing that goose was their pet.
Oh,
that he was tame. They said, "Oh yeah." They said, "It never bothers us. It's here every year. We feed it. It's like our mascot. It's tame. We can go pet it and everything like that." And they're like, and finally he listened to him. He's like, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, go out there. It won't do nothing to you. Don't ever come inside. It don't bother us. We take care of it. It's our pet." So the guy goes out there and starts walking to the nest, and that thing let out the loudest honk you have ever seen. And he screams like a little girl and takes off running. That thing comes chasing, And before he could get in the garage, that thing took off flying and it dive bombed and it just nailed him in the back of the head.
Oh man.
That's the thing is they're not. So the thing about a goose or geese that kind of fat, why are they in mall parking lots? Why are they always in mall parking
Food.
lots? Like what do
People
they?
moving their trash out and they're getting in.
Well,
and
not
getting
just that,
food
but
and-
I've heard scientifically that if they're flying up in the air, they see dark surfaces and they think it's water. So they come
Yeah, but that
down.
wouldn't explain why they stay there consistently.
Well, they don't build nest up. They put their nest in.
Yeah, but they
And the only time they really get it, like Mariah's terrified of geese, like absolutely petrified. My funny story about geese. I don't know why she married me after this.
I don't know why we got on geese.
yeah.
How did we get here?
We have one more thing we got to talk about today. Y'all going on this crazy goose hunt.
We're not on rabbit trails today.
We're on geese trails. So I don't know why she still married me. I knew she was terrified of geese, and I drove next to it. We were at the mall on a date, and literally there was a flock of geese. Why are you sniffing a spray bottle?
I don't know.
It's deodorizer. There's no smell to it.
Sometimes they have a smell. Just curious.
It's gonna take the top off and start drinking it. It's like, listen to this.
It's like
So-
those people that clean carpets that drink the thing. This solution's not harmful. Here, I can drink it. Zero res.
Let him get through his story. He's been waiting a long time for this.
He can't remember what he said.
No, I do. We were going to a mall for a date, and there was a okay, I can't. He's about to spray me. So I saw a bunch of geese sitting in the parking lot, and I literally pulled up next to him, Mariah's side, on the passenger side. I said, "Get out." I literally just looked at her, "Get out. I'm not moving until you get out of the car." And she's like, "I'm not getting out of the car. I said, "I'm not moving." She's like, "I don't want to do this. I said, "I'm not moving." Eventually I did move because I'm not that mean of a horrible person. But yeah.
You were testing the water to see if she really would do it, weren't you?
Mean of a horrible person.
Yeah, that was English. Ever since I made fun of you to started this episode, I can't speak English. So you're right. The Bible talks about not going after God's anointed. So I think I'm living proof. I'm not getting attacked by she-bears, thankfully. I just can't speak.
You guys good to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my goose story out.
Good. Because
Do you have one, Sean?
I shared one.
I think he's the reason why we got on geese.
He's blaming us, but I think it was him.
he told the story of
the
his
dead donkey.
cousin hitting the goose first in Easter.
Oh, that's right.
See?
No, but I didn't randomly bring that up. Somebody brought up a goose before that, and it just made me think
It wasn't
of
me.
I don't remember who
It was you.
What did I say about a goose?
I don't remember, but it was definitely you.
Because why would I randomly
Oh, no, you brought up the duck getting kicked by a horse, and I brought up the goose getting hit in the
Yeah.
head with a golf ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ADD at work right there.
We figured. I'm proud of us though for figuring it out. That's true retention right there. I'm proud of us for that.
You guys won't remember any of this conversation.
No.
by the time it gets posted.
I've already forgot.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do what gets your goat.
I love this segment.
Look, we'll start us out. What gets
No,
you
you
go-
guys go first. Gentlemen first.
Are you a lady?
No, I was going to say age before beauty, but then I forgot I'm not the youngest. You are.
Gentlemen
Oh,
first.
man.
I'm all over the place this episode. It's bad. It's bad.
Go ahead.
You know what gets my goat? Income tax.
Okay.
Why is it?
We're like 2 months, like almost, it's a month.
Hey. It'll be a little bit past that by the time this comes out. Why is it that I have to devote and pay $200 to $300 to make sure that I paid the government the right amount of money when they know exactly how much I owe, and I have to go in and do the mathematics myself, and then for them to tell me you did it right or you did it wrong, and then fine me for it?
Mm.
I like income tax time because I always get a good return.
Well, I think the point of income tax is so that eventually you don't get it.
So it's however you set up. This is going to get really boring really fast. It depends on how you set up your deductions.
Yeah, so we won't get boring.
Yeah.
Okay, since my gets my goat is not good enough, what is your guys's? Apparently, everybody loves income tax.
There's a lot of.
No,
I will
can't-
say-
I can't stand
I
income
will
tax.
say, I get mine done in February, no matter what. That's as late as it goes.
Yeah, I'm never one of these ones that push it to the end of the day.
What about you?
So what gets my goat is if you let somebody over when you're driving and they don't have the courtesy to at least wave. and say thank you.
I think that gives you
Common courtesy all the way around. And it's driving, or it's like if you go to a fast food restaurant and they can't even say hello, like they're literally, this is how much you owe, give me your money, and then they're throwing the bag out the door, stuff like that. Common courtesy in and of itself, the lack thereof it just drives me crazy.
So the common courtesy, you know what gets me the most talking about drive-through is after every item that you say you want, are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Yeah, will that be everything?
Are you
will
done
that be
yet?
All? Will that be all?
No, I will tell you when I am finished.
Just for that, I'm going to order 10 more meals.
Like, how many people in the drive-through wait there 10 minutes before they are asked, "Are you done yet?"
So mine is, I'm going to piggyback off of yours, Brother Ryan. When you hold the door open for somebody and they just walk through and don't say thank you, or like give you the common courtesy if there's like 2 sets of double doors, like if you open the first one and then they don't open the second one, they just leave you hanging and let it hit you in the face. That gets my goat. Because I think common courtesy is nice. And people say, well, it's 2025. You shouldn't hold the door open for people because people get offended. It's like, no, I'm doing it as a common courtesy to be nice. Say thank you or return the favor, and we're good.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's a good one.
So what's goated?
Goated, in my opinion, is that one trained dog that is off the leash all the time. They go out 1.5 miles and somebody just says, "Hey, come back." And they're right there, right back. Like loyalty between a man and a dog is when you can let them go outside and they come back to you when you request. That is superb.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a gentleman that walks his dog every day. He's got a leash, but he's not holding a leash, and he never leaves him.
Yeah.
Like if he does, the dog used to come up and let me pet it. And then as soon as he says, "Okay, let's go," it's like gone, and it's fine.
So Aspen does really good off the leash. I could take her just about anywhere. Oh, Leo, I am too scared to try.
Yeah, Freddie wouldn't stay.
I don't know what he would do.
My
Freddie's
little
not
rat
good
dog
on it.
just runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddie likes to. Goated to me, it's egg rolls.
Hold on. Duck sauce or no duck sauce?
Soy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little different. Most people go duck sauce.
Yeah. Or I dip it in whatever I'm eating. A lot of time it's like either it's bourbon chicken or beef and
Dude. Hot and sour
chicken
soup broth.
chicken and broccoli.
I like Chinese.
Oh, Chinese.
It doesn't really make me full for super long. It fills me up quick, but it doesn't hold my filling very long.
Because it's always like, "Come back to me."
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's like Buddha whispering in your ear, "Come and eat."
I haven't had a good
food."
egg roll.
What?
I've not had a good egg roll. I've tried them a couple places, like a Dragon buffet, but it's a buffet, so I don't really count that because. So I'm not saying I dislike them. I don't think I've had a good one.
Dude, so there is you can get a bad one.
I feel
but
like it's more rare than getting
it is
a good one.
Yeah. I can even say that I like mediocre egg roll. But if you get one that's like crunchy and flaky, and I want an egg roll.
You
now.
get that. You get that.
Yeah.
And you like bite into it.
Yeah.
You know what gets my goat?
Or we're past the gets a goat.
Or what my goat is? The sound of a pop can opening.
Like a Coca-Cola pop can.
Or a Mountain Dew or something like that. Somebody just pops a can. So you actually,
I wish
it's funny.
we had a soundbite from all those times that Brother Ryan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. Because like I know it,
just in the middle of the show, like you like what somebody said, and you just hit that, and it's just like, oh, it's so satisfying.
that popping of a pop can. Oh, it's one of my favorite sounds. I don't even have to be drinking. It's just one of my favorite sounds.
I do like that sound.
That. Like, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. That's real nice. That scratches my ears.
Somebody is going to enjoy that Coke.
That's a good sound. It scratches my ears in a very nice way.
That is 1 out of 1,000,000 from the Coke factory.
That's so good.
And it's always that one that says "share with your bro." That does that.
Coca-Cola is so smart for that whole like share with the campaign or whatever. That's such a brilliant thing.
I don't know. I've never shared one.
Me neither. like the one I drank. Just
dude, it does.
Yeah, it says to share with your bro.
It sure does.
Mine says share with my homies.
Yeah.
I didn't share it with my homies.
No, we should have had you open up your bro one.
I did.
He did on the last one, I think.
Was it the last one or this one?
I thought it was this one.
I don't know. They all run together.
I opened it up.
Well, guys, that brings us to a close here. And if you're ever riding your horse, make sure that you're still alive and there to get the reward money. And if you ever get a Coke, share it with a bro. Thanks for checking in with us. You can leave us a comment on whatever platform you're listening to. Also send us emails at pulpittothepew@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in.
See you, everybody.
See you guys.